Principal of Clifton School, Mr. David Knowles, teachers, gentlemen, parents, good morning. Thank you for affording me the opportunity to address you on your Women's Day celebration. Annually, in the month of August, South Africa pays tribute to the women of this liberation struggle and the women of today. We commemorate the anniversary of the 9th of August 1956, where more than 2,000 women marched to the Union buildings to protest against the extension of the pass law to women. Today, we also continue to use the occasion to recognize the contribution made by all women in changing lives. The theme of this year is Generation Equality, Realizing Women's Rights for an Equal Future. South Africa since 1994 has made great strides in the advancement of women, built on the foundations set by those over generations. Amidst the strides, however, there are still challenges remaining, such as closing the gaps in the gender disparities and gender-based violence, amongst others. With the dawn of the pandemic of COVID-19 in South Africa and the rest of the world, the many gains made by women are under threat. The lockdown slowed the spread of COVID-19 in South Africa, but however, most disproportionately affected are women. Gentlemen, today we take you back in history, further than 1956 to 1904. The Clifton School's Women's Day is celebrating an outstanding woman who dedicated her life to the betterment of others in a community in South Africa, Nonkunkanya Luthuli, who was the wife of Chief Albert John Luthuli. She has also fondly been referred to as the Mother of Light. So one would ask oneself, why do we go back so far in history? What is the relevance to the current circumstances faced by women? This input will reflect on how her life and role positively contributed to the advancement of others over the years. How befitting to her name, she was able to spread light into the lives of others. Nonkunkanya Bengu was born at Umngeni American Board Congregationalist Mission on 3 March 1904 as the youngest daughter to Mapiti and Nozinwadi Bengu, and was of royal blood from the Ngosi people. Her father, Mapiti Bengu, was one of the early converts of the Mngeni Congregationalist Mission, and she was thus raised with Christian values. Influenced by her mother's passion for education, Nonkunkanya greatly valued its importance. She attended school, but while attending Utlange Institute, her schooling was disrupted by the death of her mother, and as she became eligible for marriage, her father was not willing to invest into her education. Her father agreed that if she was able to find funds for education on her own, he would not stop her. She was determined to educate herself and made arrangements with the headmistress of Nanda Seminary to work for the school to enable her £5 per term school fees to be covered. She completed school and obtained a formal teacher's diploma. Nonkunkanya was a devoted wife to Chief Albert Luthuli, who left her teaching career in order to move to Grootsville with her husband. There was also a reality of taking care of their children. They had 3 boys and 4 girls. When Albert Luthuli became chief of Grootsville, the income had to be substituted, and she was able to be entrepreneurial. Through farming, she was able to sustain the family. She also continued to support Chief Albert Lutuli's political career. Nokukania raised her children to be ready for anything in life and advocated to do away with the many traditional gender roles of work. Thus, both the boys and girls in the household were required to work in tasks such as cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, as well as farm the fields. The children recalled their childhood as filled with hard work and discipline. She was a community and political activist that contributed to the prosperity of the community of Grootsville and to the liberation movement. What can we learn from the life of Nonkululeko Bengu Lutuli, and what is applicable today? The values are instilled in both men and women are of importance to ensure they believe they can attain equal opportunities and access. Since 1994, South Africa has increased access of girls' education. A large percentage of girls that register for primary school still does not reach high school due to poverty, inequalities, unemployment, violence against women, particularly still prevalent amongst black women in rural and informal settlements. Although there has been an increase in the attainment of higher education for women, there are fundamental gaps in women rising to the equal status of their male counterparts. From the journey of Nonkululeko to current, there are still challenges for girls and women to attain education, particularly black women. From the life of the Lutulis, Chief Lutuli was in charge of his family, but allowed Nonkululeko to be active in sustaining the family and contributing to the prosperity of the community while she supported his political career and the community. Nonkululeko assisted him in leading a supportive role with household and the community. Chief Albert Lutuli gave her due recognition in December 1961 when they traveled to Oslo, where he was to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, by acknowledging her role in his acceptance speech, stating she richly deserved to share the honor with him, as he greatly respected her and her values. Thus, respect for each other and understanding each other is key in building a better society where men and women enjoy equal opportunities. Respect for women and girls is of vital importance, and playing your part as a gentleman, ensuring this respect should overall be a priority. Become involved in advocating for girls to be respected in a moralistic and ethical manner. Women and men together need each other to ensure that society is not broken and is built for the advancement of women and girls on an equal footing as men and boys. To enable this in the life of Nonkululeko, education was fundamental cornerstone, together with the building of others in the community and country where we reside. You are the sons of the soil, and women are the daughters of the soil. They are your mothers, sisters, grandmothers, aunts, cousins, friends. How you build on the value system and portray them will either create a better environment or not. How can you make a difference? Combine your voice with women and girls to create the change needed in society to eradicate the non-access to those girls and women that are still not afforded education and economic opportunities. Work with women and girls. Take up some of the traditional tasks assigned to girls and vice versa to strengthen the trajectory of a mindset shift. The beauty of life of the Lutulis, and particularly Nonkululeko Lutuli, is in the promotion of peaceful and prosperous environment where both men and women can thrive and play a role. In the words of President Nelson Mandela at the funeral of Nkosazana Luthuli, when he said, "It is thanks to Mama Nkosazana in her own right that the Luthuli name became colossal symbol of peace, unity, for far beyond the horizon of Grootsville and South Africa." As the word revered Chief Luthuli's efforts to unite our people, regardless of a political affiliation or race, so too did a closer view of our struggle cherish the name of Nkosazana. Be part of the movement that gives recognition duly to women and girls, where they contribute equally or more to the well-being of society, advocating against the suppression of their positive role. By being advocates for unity in society through the promotion of peace, respect, love, joining hands like Nkosazana Luthuli, supported by Chief Albert Luthuli, we may be able to win the battle with women and girls in the fight for equality and the end of gender-based violence. Young men, let us unite and stand for women and girls in our lives we know and don't know, creating a mindset shift that women like Nkosazana Luthuli and all women can bring about positive change in society if we work together. Watinta abafasi, watinta imbogodo. You strike a woman, you strike a rock. You are the difference. You can make a difference. Happy Women's Day to the daughters of the soil of South Africa, from us and the fine gentlemen of Clifton School.